sew a narrow hem like this. This hem is called a rolled hem. Here's how I do a rolled hem with the rolled hem presser foot. My name is Vitana, I'm a sewing teacher and costume maker. Bookmark this so you can come back to it later. For this technique, I'm also going to use a foot that looks like this. If you compare it to a regular foot, it looks like the toe on the right side has been bitten off. And it's got these grooves here. So the reason is I'm going to prepare the fabric before I use the rolled hem foot. To prepare it, I'm going to stitch 1/8 of an inch away from the edge of the fabric. So I'm going to line up the fabric edge with this middle groove to get 1/8 of an inch. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to line up the edge of the fabric to that middle groove. Next, I'm going to go over to the ironing board and press this along using that threaded edge now as the fold mark. Next, I'm going to change the foot to this rolled hem foot. Make sure that the thread is underneath the press foot. And just change the needle position so that it's in the middle. So just to get it started, so I've pressed it, you can see that's helped. And now I'm going to feed this into this device here, but I'm going to feed in the folded edge. So just to get it started, I'm just going to fold a little bit and do a couple of stitches just to fix it. Then with the needle in, I'm just going to lift the presser foot and just slide that folded edge into that curly bit of the foot. And now as I sew, I'm just going to lift this up, and with my finger here I'm going to kind of like feed it into this curly thing, and that just turns it around and in place for it to be stitched down. You'll notice I go small chunks at a time so that I've got full control over it, and having that folded edge leading through that curly bit makes it so much easier to do this. Then just as you get to a seam allowance, drop the needle into the fabric, lift the presser foot and just twiddle. Make sure that the seam allowance is actually feeding through that spiral curve correctly, and you can use your hand on the other side of the sewing just to help it through. You're not pulling it, but you're kind of like helping it through. You can see here I'm using my finger to tuck the raw edge underneath the fold. All that's left now is snip all these little threads. So these little bits, you can snip them off as well, but they're on the inside of the garment, so you could get away with just leaving them. It is a little fiddly. With lots of practice, that is how you can do a rolled hem using the rolled hem foot. Hope that helps. Like and follow for more tips like this.